Thanks in part to the San Diego Comic-Con, July saw the release of some of the biggest movie trailers of the year so far. From a tantalizing first look at Godzilla, King of the Monsters, to full-blown trailers for blockbusters like Overlord, Shazam, and Fantastic Beasts 2. July came in like a lion and left like a kaiju, leaving a trail of explosive movie mayhem in its wake. In fact, there are almost too many to keep track of, so here's a rundown of all the best trailers from July 2018 that are guaranteed to get you excited. A Prayer Before Dawn. So far, A24 is the studio that can't seem to miss. They've been behind Oscar winners, underground favorites, and blockbusters alike, and 2018 sees them continuing that trend with A Prayer Before Dawn. Following a British boxer who's sentenced to stay in a violent Thailand prison, the film looks like a gritty character study and a thrilling drama that won't pull any punches. Early screenings have already garnered A Prayer Before Dawn an impressive Rotten Tomatoes score, and mainstream audiences will get the chance to witness the inspiring story when it hits theaters on August 10th. Patient Zero. After a relatively infection-free couple years, zombies are breaking out on the big screen again with Patient Zero. Matt Smith plays an American soldier who can communicate with the infected. His job is to sit down and chat with the zombies in an attempt to figure out how the whole plague works. But he meets his match when one zombie seems to be different from all the rest. It turns out that the zombies probably aren't zombies after all. They're more like smarter humans who happen to be really violent.
I don't think that we're the disease. We're the cure.
Can humanity survive against a better version of themselves? Find out when Patient Zero goes straight to streaming on August 14th. Assassination Nation. Seeming to revel in its own controversy, Assassination Nation released its second trailer in July and provided more glimpses into what's shaping up to be a really weird movie world. The film centers on the breakdown of civilized society in a small town after a hacker releases a bunch of emails and texts sent around by the residents. It's all-out war in the sleepy suburbs after that, and the trailer descends into a montage of purge-like violence between neighbors and friends. Take a look on September 21st. Bohemian Rhapsody. Each new trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody reveals more details about the story, more glimpses of Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, and best of all, more Queen songs. The hard-rocking biopic follows the band from its humble origins to the sold-out stadiums, with a hard focus on frontman Freddie Mercury.
Roger, there's only room in this band for one hysterical queen.
But of course, there's a dark side to every story, and the latest trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody spares a few seconds to show that it's not all foot-stomping, crowd-pleasing fun for this rock quartet. Bohemian Rhapsody doesn't look like it's going to shy away from anything. Find out when it premieres on November 2nd. Overlord. Despite all the rumors and speculation, producer J.J. Abrams has always said that Overlord isn't a Cloverfield movie. Nobody believes him, but that's what he's saying, at least. So maybe we can all just enjoy it for what it is, which is a World War II zombie movie. Is that so bad, really? The trailer opens with a plane full of soldiers flying over the beaches of Normandy. Almost immediately, they're shot down, sending a few of the unlucky troopers parachuting deep behind enemy lines. That would be bad enough, because Nazis. But it turns out that there have been some devious Nazi experiments going on behind closed doors, putting the intrepid band of soldiers face to face with horrifying monsters. It looks like a bucket of fun, and you can check it out when Overlord hits theaters on November 9th. Boy Erased. Joel Edgerton made his first foray into writing, directing, and acting all in the same movie with 2015's The Gift, and his upcoming film, Boy Erased, will see him back in all those roles. This time, he'll be tackling the story of a young man forced into gay conversion therapy by his overbearing Baptist father. While Edgerton has a supporting role, the main cast is anchored by Nicole Kidman and Russell Crowe, who star as the parents of Jared, played by Lucas Hedges. The trailer is an emotional gut punch from start to finish, with gripping performances by everyone involved. And the fact that it's all based on a true story twists the knife just a little bit deeper. Take a look when it lands in theaters on November 2nd. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. At this point, the wizarding world of J.K. Rowling couldn't be stopped even if you hit it with an unforgivable curse. In a year filled with huge blockbusters, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is still one of the most hotly anticipated films of 2018. Newt Scamander is back in action, and this time he's being drafted by a young Albus Dumbledore to help bring down the scourge of the wizarding world, Gellert Grindelwald. The trailer promises another magical adventure filled with high-stakes wizardry and flying carriage chases, and of course, plenty of fantastic beasts. David Yates, who directed the first Fantastic Beasts and the last 4 Harry Potter movies, returns to helm The Crimes of Grindelwald. Look for it on November 16th. Robin Hood. Assassin's Creed heads to Nottingham in the newest trailer for Robin Hood, the latest take on the legend that's putting the aerial acrobatics back in archery. Kingsman's Taron Egerton stars as the hooded arrow slinger, with Jamie Foxx stepping in as his right-hand man, Little John. Obviously, this rendition is taking a few liberties with the source material. Little John is Robin's combat trainer. Maid Marian is Irish instead of English, and none of them seem to be wearing tights.
You gotta be a man to wear tights.
But we're assuming it'll make up for all of that with tons of action and epic bow and arrowing, mixed in with just enough romance to keep everyone's dates happy. Robin Hood is scheduled to hit theaters on November 21st. Aquaman. Could this be the movie that defines the new worlds of DC? We're ready for one of these movies to come out and blow us all away, and so far, all signs point to Aquaman being the one to do it. Experienced filmmaker James Wan is in the directing chair, and Jason Momoa seems to have all the right Aqua stuff to play the King of Atlantis. The trailer shows that the film will be pulling from Jeff Johns' 2011 Aquaman comics, which feature cool deep-sea critters called the Trench and include a battle for the throne against Aquaman's own half-brother, Orm. That's all good stuff, and the Aquaman trailer seems to showcase plenty of style. Right now, Aquaman is slated to hit theaters on December 21st. Alita: Battle Angel. December 21st is shaping up to be a battleground for box office dominance. Not only are Robin Hood and Aquaman hitting the big screen that day, but they'll do so right alongside Alita: Battle Angel. With Robert Rodriguez directing from a script co-written by James Cameron, this adaptation of the popular manga is in great hands. But that hasn't stopped fans of the source material from getting kinda nervous. Why are they so squirrely? 3 words: giant, freaky eyes. True to the manga, the main character's eyes are at least 3 sizes too large, or approximately the size of the Grinch's heart after he learns the meaning of Christmas. Once you start looking past the obvious, though, it's hard not to hope that Alita: Battle Angel could very well turn out to be a great movie. The trailer shows off a beautifully stylized future world, and if there's a good story behind it, then everyone may just end up forgetting about those eyes after all. Glass. Ever since the final scene of Split, audiences have been waiting for the inevitable Splunbreakable crossover to materialize. Now that the first trailer for the sequel is here, titled Glass after Samuel L. Jackson's Unbreakable character, it's starting to look like the wait was worth it. The trailer doesn't hold back on the goods either. It jumps straight into a shot of Jackson's Mr. Glass, Bruce Willis's David Dunn, and James McAvoy's Kevin Crumb sitting in a room together. After that, the trailer spends most of its runtime making sure everyone knows who these people are. Dunn is a bulletproof vigilante, Crumb is a schizophrenic demon man, and Glass is really good at planning stuff. Finally, we get some hints that Glass and Crumb are going to team up, and Dunn will have to stop their evil schemes. Check it out on January 18th, 2019. Shazam! Billy Batson may not be the most popular name among the DC lineup, but even non-comics readers are bound to know the name of his alter ego, Shazam. The first trailer for Shazam introduces the young foster kid who's granted superpowers. Like any kid, he just wants to have fun with his new abilities. But when a supervillain menace starts making his presence known, Billy will have to get serious to save the world. Zachary Levi seems like a great choice to play the hero, especially since he seems to have such a great on-screen vibe with Dylan Grazer, who's playing Billy's foster brother, Freddie Freeman. Shazam strikes theaters sometime in April 2019. Godzilla: King of the Monsters. July rewarded fans with 2 new looks at what's to come for Godzilla: King of the Monsters. The month started with a brief teaser showing Stranger Things' Millie Bobby Brown trying to get in touch with someone on a radio. But the big reveal came when the full-length trailer for the movie dropped, because this time we actually got to see all those giant monsters. Director Michael Dougherty has also teased that a character from Kong, Skull Island, will show up.
But we do bring back one character from Kong Skull Island.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Which one is that?
You'll have to see the movie.
Hopefully that character is none other than Kong himself. We'll be able to find out when Godzilla: King of the Monsters smashes into theaters on May 31st, 2019.